Hello, America, and to our friends around the world. Welcome to the Common Sense Show. We are the show that's freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. Thank you so much for joining us. And we stand for defending God, family, country, and standing up for the oppressed. And we got a lot of choices there to decide who to defend on the oppressed, because there's a lot of oppression going on right now. Hey, we have a special guest, and I wanted to introduce this because I'm breaking the interview up into segments. I did an interview with the 360 Evo crowd, and they're our sponsor, by the way. And I'll show you the bottle here. This is something I take from every day. You know about olive oil. People say olive oil, olive oil, olive oil, but this is C60 olive oil, the best in the business. Better clarity, better energy, and all kinds of effects. Well, not going to be, it is part of my training regimen. Starting in September, I'm going to start training for the Senior Olympics 50-meter and 100-meter dash. Yeah, no, not bragging here, just I'm going to train for it. And this will be part of my regimen. C60 Evo. All you got to do is go to C60 Evo, EVO.com/Dave Hodges. You're going to get discounts, discounts, discounts. C60Evo.com/Dave Hodges. Great discounts for this great product. Well, we had on with the C60 crowd a special guest, and her name is Laura Eisenhower. Yes, that Eisenhower. Remember that famed family that's added so much to America? And she's been very successful in her own right. And it's been my privilege now to meet her, courtesy of Patty Greer. Thank you, Patty, for doing that. That was awesome. And I posed a question to Laura. And the question was this: with all the hullabaloo that's out there, and I have a Christian in my own, and I'm a Christian in my own views on this question, but did aliens make us? I can almost say that with a straight face. Did aliens make us? Because this is now the rage in the media. Hey, aliens made us in their image. Well, I suppose you could call God an alien because he's not of this planet. He made this planet, but you get the idea. I mean, you got to really stretch things here to make that work. But I asked Laura, I said, Laura, what do you think? And no doubt she's influenced by her life experience and the fact that she's touched bases with a lot of prominent people being in Eisenhower. So let's hear her response in that regard, shall we? I think you'll find this to be very, very interesting. So I want to digress just for a second because we have such a special guest on with Laura Eisenhower. And the family contribution from the Eisenhower family had just been fantastic. And Laura, I just wanted to say that, when I started out as a young history teacher a long, long time ago, and Dwight Eisenhower was one of my favorite figures. There was Valley Forge, there was Yorktown, and there was D-Day. And we know who was in charge at D-Day, who planned D-Day. And then we had a great president that really kind of eased us into the Cold War and produced us to be in a dominant position. So your family has done so much, for the welfare of this country, and this country owes your family a great debt of gratitude. And I just wanted to make sure I got to say that's our honor to have you
Oh,
on.
thank you so much. That means so much to me. I appreciate it.
Well, you had mentioned Patty earlier about Jim Mars. He was a good friend. Little hiccup there, but here we go. Friend of mine. We did a lot of Kennedy assassination research together, and we did talk UFOs some. And then you mentioned Stanton Friedman. I had him on my show, I'm going to say like 2009. I had him on twice. He was just an unbelievable wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
He really was. But I want to kind of shift into this gear here. Um, I've been putting it off because I didn't feel real motivated to go see the movie Disclosure, but I felt like if I'm going to really do my job, and I'm worried about the Great Deception, Genesis 6, verse 4, and the alien deception might be part of it. I don't know, but I'm a little concerned about that. I wanted to go and see if this was a threat to my faith. Is this setting up for disclosure? Is it authentic? So I went and saw the movie last night. Okay, now I have my opinion, but I want to come back to you guys and have you guys tell me how you see all this. And of course, we had the testimony of Anna Paulina Luna. She's questioned coming out of a security meeting, and she said, "Yes, we're being visited by, I believe she called it extra dimensional entities." And she said, I can't answer much beyond that because it was in a classified meeting. And then we've had all the witnesses that, Farver and all that crew that testified before Congress. So it seems like we're certainly moving in the direction of disclosure. So, what's your reaction to all this that's going on, including the movie?
Did you see the movie?
Either one of you first is fine.
We're both. I didn't see the movie. Did you?
I did not see the movie. I will see the movie eventually. But yeah, I feel these topics are going to come out more and more on a level that goes beyond how Hollywood portrays it. A lot of movies that have been put out there tend to be predictive programming, or they warm people up. They help people begin to get in touch with certain concepts. So in that regard, that's great. The other maybe downside connected with it is it fictionalizes things, or it might steer a narrative, and it might create a belief system in somebody or a response in somebody without maybe seeing a fuller picture. So I think when it comes down to disclosure, there are many voices, there are many experiences, and it's really important to understand that God is still in charge. I mean, God is still the source of all, even
Thank
be
you.
fallen beings, angelic beings. The spectrum of frequency is really, really wide when it comes to what has emerged from source. And it seems this free will kind of experience we've had makes it very difficult for some beings to stay in alignment with integrity, with God, with the mother, with just that, you know, important aspect of what it means to be a divine human. So many stray away from that. And I think that there are beings and entities that feed on that and vampire off of that, and that have a vested interest in our DNA also. And there's
Mhm.
many different types of scenarios and a much bigger history than what we've been taught. But I don't feel that there are creators at all. I think that some do present that case, and absolutely not.
Yeah, Laura's really clear on this point right here, and this is the prevailing view. I feel the media is trying to shove this down our throat that we're not of God, we're of aliens, and I think the agenda is obvious. Do I need to state it? Well, I think Laura will here in just a moment.
I feel we have a divine inheritance that comes directly from the Christ light, and we're here on earth to really learn from that and grow in the inspiration of that example. And I feel when people say that they created us, or the aliens are rulers, they're coming to save us, or any narrative that would cause somebody to give their power away, I think the plot has been lost. God
Yeah.
is supreme, and so is the Christ energy and the mother. But
Well, you
that's my
spoke to my
opinion.
heart there. You pulled these words right out of my mouth, just saying the things you just said. I will say this, though, about the movie. It didn't go down the Elysium movie path. The aliens are our progenitors, our creators. It didn't quite go down there, but what bothered me, and I am a Christian, so I fully say this in that context, but they used the nunneries to really misquote the Bible in Genesis, basically implying that there are aliens from other worlds. The Bible's fairly neutral on this. There's a few scant references that you could interpret, but it's not dominant. And it bothered me the way Spielberg took license with the Bible and I thought twisted it, and I was offended by that. The word blasphemy came right into my mind when he said that. But the movie itself, don't go and expect to be entertained. They did a remote viewing thing with an electronic device, and I was almost in laughter. I was laughing so hard I was almost in tears. I do know about remote viewing. I know some of the people that were in Project Stargate, and I trained with Ed Dames for a while. So I know that world. And the way they projected it, the movie, it was comical. I didn't get it. Spielberg is better than what he did there. I think he's a great movie producer, but I don't think this was his finest moment. But it casted doubt that there's a war between disclosure and that it's coming whether we like it or not. That's really the message I took. Okay. And Patty, I did think of you because I said, I'm going to share this with Patty when we talk, but I appreciate what you said too, because if you just watch the movie, it would make you less Christian and Bible believing than before you watched it if you could be influenced that way. And so, Laura, that's why I appreciated what you said there. Patty, you want to chime in on this? Because, yeah, we're going to get to Patty in another clip, but I just wanted to make sure you heard someone from a prominent background and someone who's done very well on her own accord and what she thought about this. And she really, like I said, took the words right out of my mouth. Um, I'm not, disclosure is almost out of the movies, but I'm not telling you not to watch it, but I'm telling you the license it took with the Bible really disturbed me. If I wasn't there for informational purposes, for reporting, I would have got up and walked out. And my family shared the same view. They just said, there's 2 hours I will never get back. So I'm not saying don't watch it, but realize here we're being led down a path that is not healthy. And I'll just repeat the words Project Bluebeam. How about that? Project Bluebeam. What do you think about that? Project Bluebeam. Fake alien invasion. It may morph, though, into signs of wonder because we do live in the magical technological age where AI can reproduce just about anything we want. And it could simulate an invasion or it could simulate the great imposter of the Antichrist, the false prophet, and all that goes with that. So, anyway, if you've seen the movie, send us a comment. Tell us what you thought. And again, my appreciation goes out to Patty for bringing Laura Eisenhower on our show. Honored to have her as a guest. And can't wait to read your comments on this. Thanks for joining us. God bless everybody. We'll see you back here next time.